welcome. And we are with Dana Severson today, an accomplished runner who has done half marathons, Chicago Marathon, and Ragnar relay races, which, if you don't know, is a 200-mile relay race with a team of 12. Um, so Dana, let me start by asking you, how did you get into running? How did you start?
Well, I have to say, when I first started running, I hated it because I was in the military and I had to keep up with a bunch of guys, I'm not that tall or fast, so it was really hard to do. But once I got out and I could run for just me, I just kept it up as a way to keep healthy.
Mhm.
Um, and then I actually was diagnosed with cancer.
Mhm.
And after I got back from, thankfully, had a bone marrow transplant, which led me back to a healthier lifestyle.
Mhm.
And if I wasn't running before, I would not have made it through everything I had to make it through. So I kept it up post transplant.
Mhm.
And now I mainly run. I was an unrelated donor that gave me his stem cells. So before I met him, I was running as a way to say thanks, because how do you really say thanks to somebody who saved your life, right?
Right.
So I tried to do as many charity type races as possible, as I felt I was, paying it forward because somebody paid it forward to me too.
Mhm.
So that's a lot of my driving motivation is a way to, show appreciation to the life I've been given, and to continue to stay healthy. And this is lucky number 13 year. So
Oh, that's awesome. So what, mentioned when we were talking a little while ago about destination races and, what is do you have a favorite race? And, um, talk about traveling for races and how do you approach that?
yeah, so now I've done a lot of the local races over and over again. I've actually done the Shamrock Shuffle 13 times now. So of course this year is virtual, but I want to, I enjoy traveling, my husband not so much. And I actually met my Ragnar team online through the running group. It was called the Hogwarts Running Club, but it's actually called the Potterhead Running Club now. So we all kind of share in that Harry Potter world, or any kind of the, sci-fi stuff we like. But that's kind of my running family now, since we've done so many Ragnars, and we all just kind of enjoy the atmosphere and the spirit of it. And the fact that we did Michigan last time, we really want to keep branching out into different destinations, just to, use it as a means of traveling together and doing something we all love together, and, being with the friends we've built and can call family.
Mhm.
Um, I would really like to do the Disney races. I know they're hard to get into. Obviously, in the right environment we're in, destination races isn't really going to happen much
Yeah.
anytime soon. But um, yeah, those are my next goals.
Well, speaking of how things have changed, how has the pandemic and the lockdown, how has that, or has it changed the way you run, the way you train?
So, unfortunately, right at the beginning of COVID, I did, just like everybody did, start taking on projects. And I was redoing the room I'm in right now. And I tripped over a shelf and broke my toe at the beginning of COVID. So I wasn't doing much running at the beginning. So I'm now trying to build back up after that injury. Um, I always kept saying during COVID, focus on what you can do and not what you can't.
Mhm.
So if I could get out and walk, I would do that. I took up hiking for a little while because it was low impact. I could still get out and enjoy, I wouldn't be stuck in a house, and I could still be safe and be outside, and get that calm from being outside. So um, now I actually, since it's so cold, I have a treadmill that does the iFit, so you can pick a destination and run with it. So it kind of fulfills that virtual destination.
um, and when you're running a Ragnar, you're with a team. Do you prefer that kind of, having people around you, running with other people, or are you more a solo runner when you're training?
I would say half and half. I thoroughly enjoyed the team and training experience when I did the marathon, and I do plan, like, hopefully, if my running and training goes this year, I plan to return to the marathon and with team and training in 2022. But that depends on a lot of things. Um,
Right.
I did love training with a group of people because you could talk about your training, you can talk about what was hard for you and what was helping others, and um, most days I do like running alone, like during the week, and then maybe like one group run. It seems to be good. I love doing events with people, maybe the training alone, and then the overall event is an experience more than just running.
Mhm. Are you one of those runners who has your me time when you're running? Are you more of like that introspective kind of runner?
Yes, I feel
Mhm.
like I solved the world's problems while I'm running. Like anything that's been been stressing me out, I can just think through it. Anything that's been like I'm trying to solve a puzzle, I can think through it. If I'm, having a rough time at work or whatnot, I can start to just it like the stress melts away when I run because I'm not competing against anybody but who I was yesterday. So it doesn't matter.
Nice. Do you have a pre-race routine? You know, some people are almost superstitious to the point of they have to do everything the same way. What about you?
I used to think I did. I just, in my mind, I'm always so concerned I'm going to forget something. So it's always like the night before I'm laying out stuff. Um, I don't really have any like superstitious things other than like I cannot eat before a race. It
Uh,
just doesn't work too well. If I do, it's something very small or, um, but yeah, I don't really have anything religiously that I do other than just over it like 15 times what I have just to make sure I don't forget anything.
Especially for a Ragnar race. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like that was 10 times more stressful to like make sure I had everything. I think I must have unpacked and packed like 40 times before I left.
Mhm. We actually got bins so that 2 of us would share like a 3-drawer bin in the van. So
What?
it was for each leg. So 2 people would have each leg together, and then that was your clothes, and at the end, you put your dirty stuff in the bag and put it away. But yeah, if I broke it down by leg just to make sure I had what I needed, and after doing them a couple times, it becomes a science.
Yeah.
So
um, so if somebody, finds out that you're a runner and they say to you, I'm thinking about trying it, but I'm not sure. What do
Mhm.
you say to them?
I would say try. Everybody, you're better than you were yesterday, and you're lapping everybody that's on the couch. So even just taking those first steps is an accomplishment. So it's the hardest part is starting. Once you start, you're there. I know people that have just started walking and then they've just, gone to slow jogs and then they've gone to races. So it's all a matter of perspective, right? You don't have to be and that's something you learn over time too sometimes because I always had this competitive nature. So
Yeah.
I used to have to talk myself at the beginning of the race because I would just zoom out of the starting and then I'd be dead by the end. So I have to tell myself, they have not gone through what you've gone through in your life. They're in a different place in their life than you are with yours. And you are doing the best you can. And just keep telling yourself that. So you don't focus on what anybody else is at or where they are in their running piece.
Mhm. That's
You're
great.
just competing against you yesterday. And that's it.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend with me.
Thank
Uh,
you for having me.
yeah, and for sharing your running story. That's right. Um, Thanks. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.